Hello, everyone. The homiest of the G's. This is MGD here with Nate. Back on another episode of Life in Your 20s with MGD. Nate, how are you doing today?
MGD, I'm doing solid today. It's a great day to have a
Nice.
day.
Nice. And that's why we're here to talk about the days in your 20s. That kind of transitioned well. I don't know. I tried my best. What do you think?
No, that's good. That's good.
Sure. Yeah. But yes, excited for having you on the podcast. Excited to be back with another episode. And yeah, we can get into it. I'm gonna ask you, is that so you are 26 years old. You told me before the podcast you're 26 years old. You I want you to tell me from age 20 all the way to 26, what has been the best thing in each year of your 20s so far? If starting off with 20 and then go for it. And I'll ask, follow-up questions.
Sounds good, MGD. So, first off, I want to say thanks for having me on. Happy to be a part of the family. Getting started with the 20's, I would say that was a little bit of a interesting time for all of us, like with the pandemic. A lot of people had some unfortunate things that happened to them, but I would say for me in my circumstances, my 20 year, spending more time with my family during COVID was probably the best thing that has happened to us.
Yeah.
Being with
Oh,
the
that's cool.
dog, being with everybody in the same house at their different corners, working, having fun, playing games nightly. It was
Yeah.
an awesome time during that pandemic.
Yeah, just to get the bonding and everything. And then for
Right.
context, so 2020, he's talking about the year 2020. Uh and yeah,
We have the luxury of being the same age at the year it is.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So Nate is born in 2000. And yes, so he was 20 in year 2020. And I totally agree. So I'm same age, 26. I totally agree. I felt our family got a lot closer, did family game nights, and we did it before when
Right.
I was a kid, but we definitely got more into that. So I think that was something brought us closer together, which was awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, just for I like my family a lot, so it's great. Yeah. So okay, next one, 21. You're now able to drink. If you want to partake.
I had to think about it, MGD, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But
That's okay.
for the 21, I would say living at school with my best friends, that making connections, starting ending up trying to start a career, that's probably the best part of being 21. Uh, the drinking part is cool. Yeah, like you turned 21 once, but being in
Oh,
college with everybody as a 21-year-old is probably the best years that you can ask for when you're a younger kid.
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And where did you go to school?
Bryant University, I went to school with you.
Cool. Yes, yes. Exactly. No, it's a great answer. So now 22. What would you say for that?
Same thing, because it kind of transitions with school, uh, being with the people around me, having a positive mindset and attitude with the transition of starting my career
Yeah.
right after college was definitely the highlight of that year. So pretty much the same thing as 21. I have no
Yeah.
complaints, or no differences between
Yeah.
21 and 22. 23 is a little bit more of a shakeup, I would say.
Okay. All right. We'll get to
Yeah,
that in a second. No, a lot of people have said that 22 and 21. It's like, oh, you're just another year of like, yes,
yeah.
I can legally drink, Yeah, there's not much difference. You were leaving college. How did you feel? Were you like scared? I mean, there was some excitement, like you mentioned, but was there any like nervousness to it?
A little there was a little bit of nervousness. I had the luxury of not starting my career until September, so I had that May to September gap of being at home, spending time with family and friends before I was able to start my career out in New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
I moved a few states over, so I'm originally from Connecticut. Moving to New Jersey, starting a career with in an area where your friends and family aren't there, people you don't know,
Yeah, hours apart.
was a little bit frightening at the start, living
Yeah.
by yourself, trying to figure out how to not only make a name for yourself, but how to stay situated and pretty much just learn adulting on your own.
Sure.
And that was the biggest challenge of being a 23-year-old. But it also allowed me to focus on myself mentally and physically, along with just learning what I want to do with my life. And even though I'm still trying to figure that out now, I at least have my foot in the door, and I'm able to at least say that I did a few things right when I was 23.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, that's a big challenge for people in their 20s, literally moving to a new area and trying out new things. It's tough to
1000%.
do. It's so tough to do. And nail it on the head. I've said it in other episodes. I'll keep saying it. Literally figuring out your 20s is figuring out your life. Like that's the biggest thing. And that's what, I'm trying to inspire viewers of, hey, other people are also going through this. They are also having this challenge. So it's not just you. So yeah, that is great to hear. And yeah, it sounded like you got more like mentally and physically. Did you get more like I guess into the gym, or was there anything you were working on during that time?
Yeah, so during that, I would say I've always been a more active person. I've played sports my entire life growing up. In college, I was pretty active with all my friends and roommates especially, but living by myself, it did allow me to try different things out, like different types of workouts, different type. If I wanted to do like a running style, I ended up doing 75 hard when I was 23,
That's
which was
awesome.
a great experience. But I definitely did pick up more of a gym lifestyle. Where I was located, it was a little bit more interesting, I would say, because there was no gym nearby within 20 to 30 minutes. So having to be at work early, I didn't want to drive after work. So I would always wake up super early, head to the gym and get my day started, which built me that routine of staying consistent, getting after it in the morning, which I still transition to today, and I still do that where I wake up in the morning, go to the gym prior to work, and then get my day going.
Okay, so Nate, now 24. What would you say the best thing is?
So 24 was I would say that one of my pivotal years in my 20s. I ended up moving back home to Connecticut to be closer with my
Nice.
family and friends. Ended up getting a promotion at work, which allowed me to be more of like a hybrid, flexible job, which was great. It allowed me to focus more on my social life and family. So 2024 so far was the pivotal moment in my 20s.
Gotcha. Okay. And when you're moving back home, I mean, it seems like family is really important to you, and it seems like you got closer during COVID. How was it, moving back, like adjusting and everything?
It was like you never left. Like you get back into your routine, like you go right back to your old room. You have your own section in the house that you did when you were a
Yeah,
kid, which is good. It was wholesome because you got to spend the time with your parents, the dog, seeing friends that you haven't seen in a while since college, and being able to hang out with them on the weekends was pretty awesome.
nice.
And especially going to the gym with one of my good friends down the road, Fui. So it was a really great experience.
What a nickname. Is it like, or is that his real name? Ooh.
That is a nickname. That is a
Okay.
nickname. It's
Cool, cool, cool.
Fui's been a nickname ever since middle school and high school time. So
Gotcha.
he's been coined with that name for a long time.
What a great nickname. I love that. That's cool. And yeah, like you said, you had friends in the area still, so you were able to reconnect in that
Yeah,
year.
no problem.
Yeah,
That's the good part about coming home. Everybody's welcoming. Everybody's obviously happy that you're back home and willing to spend time with you. So there's it's never a sad moment when you're home, I would say.
that's awesome. And all right, so now going on to 25, what would you say best thing for that year?
I know you're gonna love this. And
Okay.
25, the best thing of 25 is honestly dating the girl of my dreams and getting to
Oh,
experience life together. So that
wow.
that's been the most
That's beautiful.
that's been the biggest blessing of the age of 25 and being able to experience life with her. So that's been pretty awesome.
Dude, you're gonna make me cry. Like that's actually beautiful. I'm like
A-
serious, dude.
MGD, there's no crying on the podcast.
What? Wow. No, I mean that might people might view that as cliche, but like that is beautiful, man. That was awesome.
Thank thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. Started dating my girlfriend 25, and I think that was the best thing of 20 being 25. Um she's fantastic, definitely a big addition, big supporter in my life, and just yeah, I have a lot of fun with her. So it's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
that's
so
good.
cool. Oh, dude, her listening to this though, she's gonna be over the moon. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm happy for you. Like so,
So we met in college. We were friends throughout college, at least the back half. And then moving back home, it gave me the opportunity when I was 24 to at least hang out, go on a few dates together, get back into hanging out, and one thing led to another, and then eventually we started dating, which was the best thing of being 25.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. There's some people are gonna love this, and some people are gonna be like eye roll. Like
And well,
not
pe listen, people can give an eye roll, but whatever makes you happy. So
yeah. No, and it's
that's all I know.
yeah, no, and I totally agree with you. It's just more of one of those. I loved it. So I appreciate you saying that. I was hoping, honestly, I was hoping for because me and Nate are friends. So I was hoping for that's what you were gonna say. That's oh, I love that, man.
You kind of pre-fired it. You knew it was happening, so as it was coming, you smiled. But I'll get ahead
Yeah.
of you right now. How about this? 26,
Okay.
right? Lot of time left, but I would say the best part of being 26 is trying new things. You're at the point when you're 20s, you're in your back half of your 20s where you want to try new things. So learning how to start up my own print on demand business between motivational, mental health, faith-driven apparel. That's something that I've been aspiring to do for a long time now. And with being back in school and that, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my next step in my career and trying to at least start something e-commerce wise is great. So uh, heading into that direction so far is probably the best part of being 26.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to go into more of the e-commerce, and I also want to ask you about school. Yeah, just if you want to talk about that more,
Yeah, so
as much as you want to share, of course.
yeah, well with I started my career in e-commerce with Walmart, which was great. At least that was in the front half of it with shipping out orders, which was awesome. But after like doing research and what studying in school, e-commerce is something that I understand and know how to do. So getting into that, I feel like based on my hobbies of being somebody that every single day and somebody that likes to get after it and motivate not just myself, but my family, my friends, and just others around me. I feel like I can provide some value with starting something small with having a print on demand business. If it goes big enough, maybe switch to where I'm making products by myself. But starting something like this, getting an understanding of how this works on the back end would be a huge pivotal step, I would say, in being a 26-year-old.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man. And what is like some of your products?
No, it's a good question.
Yeah.
Pretty much the print on demand that I'm signed up through. I'm signed up through a company called Printify where I design clothing through Canvas, and then I'll
Mhm.
upload it to Printify, and I'll design if I want it on a t-shirt, a hoodie, a hat, of anything that's either
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something motivational, something
Okay.
that like there's one hoodie that I have up once I go live. It says one day at a time on front of a hoodie. So something just quick
Yeah.
motivational pick me up for somebody that could wear it. Makes as long as I make somebody's day, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, even you're not starting this of like, hey, I want to be rich doing it. You're just like, hey, I'm
No,
very passionate about it. Yeah.
yeah,
I love that.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Exactly.
for me with this
The
podcast.
way,
Oh, go ahead.
right. No, exactly. The way to do it
Yeah.
is I want to do it to figure it out and understand it.
Yeah.
Do I think this is going to be something where I'm going to make, I don't know, $1 billion off of? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But
Yeah.
it's definitely something to get my foot in the door of learning how to operate a business on myself by myself and pretty much understanding the layout of how the e-commerce world works and how to use AI in it and how to pretty much just understand what people are looking for when they shop clothing or just in their daily lives, like that motivation, that drive that they want to do to be successful.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful, man. And then you mentioned AI, and I know you mentioned all, I know we've talked before that you're going to school for like an AI major. If you want to get into that more as
Yeah,
well.
so I started going back to school March of 2026, so just a few months ago. I already completed my first course back in the beginning of May, so I'm on my second course, which today marks the halfway point of that. 'Cause
Congrats.
I thank you. I submitted my assignments today, which was good. So that's halfway point of the second course. But so far it's pretty good. Definitely learning a lot. It's more coding based than I thought it would be, which is pretty unique
Well,
because in high school I used to take classes for coding, so
Oh,
it's kind
I
of
know
hopping
that.
back into the saddle a little bit. But it's definitely something interesting, and it's definitely a route that I want to take. And with AI, everybody's scared of using AI to help you, not using AI to replace things like MGD. I don't
Yeah.
I want to use it to be an assistant, and that's the goal. So if I can figure out if I can use that for a company, start my own business with it, that would be great. And that's the end goal.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I was gonna curious. I was curious if you were gonna use it for the print on demand business, or is
I
that
have. So
okay? So you
I
already
have
have. Oh,
before,
okay.
which it's helpful. Uh, I would say I need to understand a little bit more and keep doing my research and taking notes as I go, but it's definitely helpful.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I think right now going back to school, it's always, in your 20's, it's the prime time when most people do it, right? Like either right after school or a little bit after. What was it just you wanted to learn more about AI, or was there some other factor that pushed you to go back to school? And also
Great question.
where are you doing school at?
Same place, Bryant University, which is
No
good.
way.
So So to answer your question, I would say the drive I wanted to go back to school was more towards trying to see if I can get a career shift. Where I am right now, it's great. I like what I do. I don't love it. So seeing if this change with how everything's gonna go and the trajectory of AI and what everybody's talking about now these days,
Mhm.
I'm hopeful that this is the right decision to make for me and for my career. So we'll see how it goes, but it's definitely something new to try and something to look forward to.
Yeah. I mean, it's also something like a lot's going on right with it, but it's something you could pivot it in a lot of different directions, right? There is still like endless possibilities that can happen with AI. And I mean, honestly, I feel like just school in general, right? Like you're learning, a lot of people change majors, change like career paths after, like they might major in marketing, but then they end up in a finance position. Like I've had a coworker, I work in finance for people with some context that literally had told me that exact thing. They worked in marketing and were in the same position as me,
That's
like years later. Yeah, they literally like
that's the
graduated with a
thing.
marketing degree too. So,
That's the thing, Marty. See, my dad was kind of in the same boat. I always asked him, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, can you help me? And he'd always say, Nate, I'm however many years old and I still don't know what I want to do every day. So,
hmm,
and that kind of gives you a little bit of push to keep trying to figure it out. But at the same
yeah,
time, it makes you feel lost. And is this the right decision? Is this the right decision? But the only thing I can do is just take it one day at a time, um, trust the people around me, and just continue to grind. That's it.
that's great. Yeah, and that's all you can do. Like if there's times you might have a point of like, okay, like I think this is going well and I think this is for me, and then all of a sudden, like either it just doesn't interest you anymore, or a boss comes in, and then you might want to change careers or just change companies. Like a lot can change, and just being able to adapt to that, and like you said, try new things.
Right.
Especially in your 20's, ideal time to do it. Very more a lot of people have more flexibility to do so.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And then you mentioned your fitness journey. And then we've talked about some of the crazy runs you've done in the morning. If you want to expand on that, I mean, I know you're going to be humble just because that's your personality, but yeah, explain some of the runs that you've done and just your fitness journey.
I'll get right on that, but I want to ask you one question first because I didn't get to ask you
Wow.
it earlier.
This is rare, ladies and gentlemen, beginning MGD getting asked questions. So yes, let's hear
So you
it.
asked me what my favorite thing in my 20's were in each age. I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
you a question that's
Okay.
what was your favorite year in your 20's so far and why?
That's a great one. Nate, great question. Whew, that's a tough one. I feel like 25. I feel like 25 was great because I was still living in North Carolina and I enjoyed living in North Carolina.
Right?
And then I also moved back to Boston and I did a crazy thing. I lived with two girls that everyone thought was a crazy thing for me to do. They were like, "What are you doing?" But I was like, no, I'm excited for a new chapter. And they were great, right? Like they were great roommates. And I also got to meet my girlfriend, Natalie, who is now still my girlfriend,
Aw.
and things are going great. Yes, thank you. So I think just the combo of the North
Yeah.
Carolina, moving to Boston, and meeting Natalie, I think just also just reconnecting with friends in the area. Those things combined, I feel like just made 25 a really
Yeah,
great year.
that's awesome.
And it, yeah, I
How
think
how is your transition from North Carolina to back to Boston?
honestly, it took a little bit because when I was moving, my North Carolina job was really a walking distance, and where Boston
Mm,
was, I was having to drive. So
which
I
is
think
kind of
that,
crazy.
yeah, no, oh, walking distance from North Carolina was very,
Wow.
very rare. Yeah, I was very lucky in that regard. So that was like a transition of having to drive. Also just getting back to, weather change and then just being back of like, oh, these people that, I left and just having to reconnect. I still caught up with a bunch of them, on phone calls and text messages, but it was still, a little bit of a shock just like seeing them more in person, being like, oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
like just a drive away, or like, you're 20 minutes from me now. We're living in the same city. So
Right.
that was an adjustment. And then it was also, I will say there was the tough side of, and I still keeping in contact with friends in North Carolina. So that,
Hmm.
that's tough to do though, because it's just
Yeah.
it was a chapter in my life that I still, people I want to keep in contact, but a
Right.
little bit tougher now that it's a greater distance.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Great question. Great question.
Th Thanks, MGD.
Just like how the job career path went. I applied for two jobs in North Carolina and then
Hmm.
one in Boston. I was leaning towards more living in North Carolina, but something was still pulling me back to Boston. I still just liked the position.
Yeah.
I really wanted to, I couldn't fully rule it out. And then I ended up getting the Boston position.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, I think part of it was fate, and it's just I was going to enjoy both for sure. And now I've met a woman that I love, and I with friends that I love, and I'm enjoying
Hmm.
Boston a lot. So
Yeah.
both were going to be great scenarios, but it was definitely still a really great choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, back to the fitness journey, if you still want
Yes.
to answer that question. But I
Yeah.
no, I appreciate you asking the question. It's
I'll get back to that question that you asked related to I'll call it training. So back in February, I began I gave running out for a try, or I gave running a try, I should say. My good friend that I spoke about earlier, Fui, he began running back in November for a challenge that we were doing, and he just continued to stick with it and just train running. And I think his goal was eventually to do a race. Then when February came around, I kind of got sick of the whole working out uh, every day and just doing like the same body parts, the same movements, and keep doing the
okay.
same routine. So wanted to get training into a whole new phase where now I'm training for more of a different side that I've never done before, which is the hybrid athlete training where I still work out and I still am able to do running, biking, swimming. So my goal with this is pretty much to basically start doing triathlons. And
Wow.
the end goal is to complete an Ironman.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Wow. So okay, thank you for explaining the shift in it. Is this so this hasn't been like a goal like from childhood or anything, or high school
So
or anything?
when I was young, not younger, but throughout college, like in college, I thought about doing an Ironman. Never even got close to starting with the training because it's honestly one of the most difficult things you can do,
Hmm.
fitness wise. So, being at, I would say, the best physical shape I've been at in my entire life, I think it's the best time to do it.
That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that is a very tough thing to do, but it sounds like you're putting in the work and you've done, it sounds like a good amount of research too of like what to train, how to train.
Yeah, so I've been doing the running since February.
Mhm.
I've kind of just started picking up the biking. I don't own a bike yet, so I've been kind of using my Peloton as a bike, which is completely fine. And about, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks ago, started the swimming. But the hardest part for me would be the running, so that's why I started it early on to get that down. So with each week, every Saturday, I do a long run, whether it's at least 8 to 10 miles. The longest I've gone so far is 18, which it'll eventually to keep climbing up. But the average, I would say, I run a long run on the weekend is between like 10 to a half marathon.
Yeah, just casually, yeah, 10 to a half marathon. See, this is what I'm saying, guess. He's just casually mentioning, yeah, like whatever, 10 miles, half marathon, Well, most people are like training a ton for, so that is incredible.
Which I still am. The
That's
ti-
awesome.
the time's not there. Like
Yeah,
like the time always continues to go down and I continue to get better at it, but
great.
um starting back in February, I think I'm in a much better place, which is awesome.
Cool. Last thing I'll ask about this question, then we'll go to a new topic. But you mentioned Fui, that you had the discussions with him about doing this. Would you say like inspiring for honestly goals in general, but like for physical goals, that it really helps to have somebody doing it along with you, someone
Oh,
just to
what
discuss
one
it with.
1000%. So we work out together throughout the week. We'll continue to push each other to be the best version of ourselves, whether it's in the gym, outside of the gym, and just pretty much just being there for each other. I think it's great for training for this, so that way we can just to continue to just push each other. If I'm running faster than Fui's going to try to catch up. If Fui's running
Mm.
faster than me, I'm going to try to catch up. We have that competitive mindset where we all want to be better than the other person, obviously. And I think that that's crucial for training for something like this.
Yeah, motivate each other to go up. I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, Nate. So now we're moving on to a new question. So 5 years from now, you are 31 years old. And you're looking back on the last 5 years. What
Yep.
has made it a success? What have you done in those 5 years to make being now 31 a success?
Well, I do want to say, starting off, I've had a very blessed life so far, and hope to continue to have an amazing life with everybody around me.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I'm going to go with what we were just talking about to complete an Ironman or any sort of triathlon between now and 31, be married, own a house, and hopefully run a successful business.
Wow. That's fantastic. That's awesome.
Co-
And
Core four,
core four, we'll kind of just break it down each part. So the house, I will say, by the way, I have same goal,
similar.
2031,
Yep.
want to buy a house that in that year. And I'm imagining it's with your current partner, with my current partner as well. What has that been talked about between the two of you? Has that been something that's been on your mind for a while or something recently created?
I think the way to look at it too is just where you want to go, which is the biggest decision. Do you want to stay up where I am right now in New England? Do you want to move somewhere else in the country? And that's the biggest question. So have time to think about it, have time to decide. Being so young makes it easy because you get to have that flexibility of I can go this place, but I am still young enough. If I don't like it, I can try a different place out. However,
Mhm.
that's not obviously the mindset I want, and would love to find something that is great for the future. But yes, to answer your question, that's the goal.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that is something you're figuring out now, probably those next 5 years of where am I going to live for the future? I mean, got to compare prices, just also in general, where do I want to set my life up? Where do I, if you want kids, where are the kids going to be a good location for kids? And it's a lot of questions you got to answer over the next 5 years.
Yep.
Yeah, but I imagine you're excited to do so. That's
Yeah.
why you created the goal. Yeah.
Right. And you have
Yeah.
the same goal. Would you say the same thing about you?
Oh, 100%. Yes. Very excited to do it. A realistic goal and also just very exciting to go for. It's a big thing now in your 20s. It is very hard to own a house. There's a lot into it. It's a lot more expensive than it was for our parents, but I think if you're dedicated to it, you can definitely
It
make it
is,
a
and
possibility.
and obviously we have friends that do have houses in their 20s, which I obviously envy them, respect them, and look up to them. But
Yeah.
it definitely is probably one of the hardest things you can do as a 20-year-old.
Yeah. And I think that has kind of been a transition, honestly, from 20 to 30. Now it's more 30s who are buying houses, or even
Right.
40s, where before is like 20s to 30s. Now it's like a generational shift of about maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you said successful business. Would that be just in anything, or would it be in the print business, or maybe something AI related?
Anything. I
Okay.
continue to look every day to see what sparks my interest to start something that I love, whether it's the POD business, whether it's AI, whether it's some type of consulting online business that I would want to do. Anything along those lines would be awesome. But obviously, I want the right opportunity to fall into my hands and the right thing that I want to do that I'm passionate about and love. So my mindset is I don't want to jump into anything and rush it. I want to live in the present, enjoy my life, and when something comes upon my plate, I just want to attack it with a full head of steam.
Yeah. So you're thinking it's going to be like something that just comes up and you're like, oh, this is my passion. This is what I want the
Yeah.
business to be. Yeah.
I I have some ideas that I'll try to work out,
Yeah.
but when it comes down to it, I think it's going to be something that pops up on my plate one day, and I'm gonna love doing it for time to come.
Like you said, like literally we've talked about passions and something to drive to. Yeah, that is the goal. And I think for me, so for my 20, like for 5 years from now, the home one is was it. But like the other one that has came to mind, it's really these two is that I just want for the next 5 years, even if
Right?
this podcast, I'm also into day trading, but also any other
Which is something I want to get into too. I don't mean to cut you
yeah.
off,
No, you're
MGD,
good. No, you're
but that
good.
but I'd gladly sit down on your expertise and at least learn how to do that.
We could do a little mix and match. Could help each other out.
You could do a podcast on
That's true. That's true. No, that is
it.
no, that is that honestly a possibility I've thought about doing in the future. So that is a great point. I want to, yeah, like those two right now are something, the day trading and podcast, but that is my goal honestly the next 5 years is just if I can look back in the 5 years, even if podcast, day trading, all of them fail or just doesn't work, I want to at least look back and be like, I gave an effort, entrepreneurial, basically anything in my life in that realm, and just want to look back and be like, hey, I gave it a solid effort. I tried this. I tried this. It wasn't for me, so I pivoted it here, and I really gave it a solid effort. To that's something to be my lifestyle. So I that's something over the next 5 years I'm really looking forward to. Even if, like I said, even if they all don't work out, I would definitely want to look back and be like, I gave it a solid effort. This is what I did.
Right.
Didn't work out, but I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Failure basically you build on it. Something
Yeah.
doesn't work out, you learn from it, you learn from your mistakes and you build upon it. So,
Yeah. And you mentioned the Iron Man and getting married as well.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Those two are probably the ones I'm looking forward to the most. I don't know though, actually, because all four of those things are awesome to me. But I don't know which one I'm looking forward to more, but I do know those two I'm very excited about. So it seems like we have similar 5 years from now. I think the only thing you're
Yeah.
missing is the Iron Man if you want to hop on board.
So that will be it for the show. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right though. That was the only difference. Yeah. Well, Nate, I wanted to say very much thank you for being on the podcast. Nate, is there any advice that you would want to leave viewers with? Any closing remarks?
My advice to the viewers is everyone just be you. Don't let the negative opinions of others affect your goals and aspirations. Prioritize yourself, compliment yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the ones that are always listening. So chase your dreams, live in the present, and just enjoy life.
Yeah. That's beautiful. And I know it can be very hard to do that, but it's when you are really in the present and you are just really there and just loving life and trying to do, like you said, trying to be your best and just really being yourself. I think it's you can have some really great days, some great moments. I've noticed that I recently went on like a hot air balloon. It was a ton of fun, and I was very in the
That's
moment
awesome.
there. Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you. We're very in the moment there, and I felt like
Were you
This
scared?
this is awesome. Oh yeah. Yeah, there was I was definitely scared for sure too. Um, but it was just very beautiful. But we were literally like in such a closed environment,
Yeah,
uh, like just so of a tight area, and like literally the fire of the hot air balloon
that's
was like
cool.
right above my head. Yeah, so great.
Nice.
But no, it was I honestly that was great advice. I think it seems like you're doing that with your Iron Man and just in general with your with dating and everything. Well, Nate, once again, thank you very much for being on the podcast.
Thank
This
you.
is
Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. This is MGD here with Nate. And everyone, thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe. Please send this to other people. Get the message out. Really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
Peace and love, everyone. Love you, Tay.